Well, let's get started with our ever popular cartful. These are Chinese elms. We're in the first week of January and just started the new year, 2024. Well, I'm going to do this quickly because we've done these number of times. I'll start with this one here because that one needs the most work. Okay, I'll start by getting rid of all the stuff that came on this year or last year. These big ones that go straight up, and they're much more vigorous, right? Like here, and like these. So you could tell by the coloring too. They're very vigorous, a lighter color, and they have a tendency to ruin your shape. Okay. Over here, actually, you see this branch right here? That whole thing is new. Let me cut it off and I'll show you. You could tell the difference in color, that this was not my intent. Not to say that I remember what my intent was. Yeah, well, combination of having too many plants. I still got over almost 2,000 plants, I think, which is a lot less than the 10,000 I had. But hey, as we get older, we have a tendency to forget. I'm trying some of those pills that's supposed to help you remember. I don't know if it's going to help. Okay, right here. See this one, another one that came out that I had not intended. Oh, that's what was jamming up in there. See? Now it's starting to clear up, and maybe we'll even get around to the style again. So this part still has too much stuff. Okay, I was looking at this, and it looks like this part came out after I had already started to shape. But, you know, probably been neglected 2 years. Okay, so now it has a clean line. Clean, simple line. And oh well, you know, that's what happens when you do without a script. That's okay. I thought that one went that way, but it's okie dokie. We could still get that going. Yeah, I think it's happened more than once while I was taping, right? Us presenters that go on stage, one rule. Don't say oops. If you don't say oops, most people don't realize that you made a mistake. Yeah. And most of the time they can't see, right? Because they're in the audience and the stage up high. So other than you can see movement of the person that's doing the presentation, you really can't see anything. I had one that I was doing, and you know, sometimes on stage things don't work out. Anyway, I got through, and most of the people in the audience said, "Yay!" And then one of my students came up and says, "That one didn't work out, did it?" No, it did not. But luckily she didn't say. Well, I have some really loyal people. Yeah, those are pitfalls of doing live. Plus the fact that people can't really see anything. I really like this format where I can move the camera, you don't have to see me. Anyway, And any bloopers, I could edit it out. Okay, 1 of 3 is done now. Now, if I could stay on top of it, then it wouldn't get out of shape like it was. You know, I was wondering, what would happen if I cut it off here or cut it off here? And those are all the things that you think about. One's in a little better shape. I really like this line, but there's a parallel one here, right? So I'm going to take this one off and then keep the bigger one. It must be because look at that. I was using the string to pull that into position, and which it's already worked its magic with the string. And well, see this part here, maybe I'll keep it. I don't think it belongs there, but sometimes it works better if it's still there. So that's a maybe keeper. And then up here, some that came in afterwards. It seems a little busy up here. So let me study that and get back to you. Okay, I was looking. Well, I thought this was a front, but actually this side's better front right here. But what I want to do is better to look from this side. See right here, this apex, there's a bulge. And I'm thinking, especially if the other side is the front, I'm going to take it off here. Now swing it around to the front. See, now it's starting to make sense, right? So now I've got that done. I think this guy could be a problem, but if I lessen it, it might work. I might need to pull this down in the future, but not that big a deal. Okay, I don't want it to go this way. I want it to go back up, so I'm going to cut it off here and let this be the new apex. These little guys don't need to be here, so I'll just take them off. Basically, actually of the 3, this one is better kept. So take these little sucker growths off. And then once again, the apex part. Well, you know, because most of these plants are top growers, meaning they tend to keep elongating up on top, you have to stay on top more than you do the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to take these bigger branches off, keep the smaller branches, you'll stay more proportional. And, well, this one here, we got this one that's in the right position, so I'm going to take this one off. And if you keep too many in these areas, you'll end up with a reverse taper or a bulge. Once again, we got apex to contend with. Do we want everything, or do we want to turn it down here someplace? I think we'll stay with this for now. I really don't see a new way to get another branch started. This angle is too acute. Not to say that it may not change, it may change in the future. One thing about bonsai, that's what's interesting. It's constantly changing, and then you can make all the plans in the world, and then you're going to have to change it because the plant tells you, I don't want to go that way. Okay, now this one is a double, but I might be inclined to make it into 2. Most people cannot handle double trunks. I like double trunks, triple trunks. Okay, so I'll spin it for you. Oh, wait a minute, let's make it. This is the front. This is the front. So this has been a cart full of Chinese elms. Most of these are probably less than 10 years old, or it could have been more. But a lot of these were either hardwood cutting, air layering, or root cutting. This one was a root cutting. So it's really not easy to tell the actual age. Okay, so this is Hero saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon in another chapter. So let's take a look at what we had and what we have now. Okay, see you again real soon.